Hello everybody, I'm just out today exploring a new run location. It's very trail based, as you'll see here. Quick turnaround. It's a bit like being in Jurassic Park. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going. All I know is that I came here probably 3 years ago with my friend and their dog, and it just kind of came to me this morning in a thought that, well, maybe I could go back and run some of this. So I know it comes to a clearing at some point. Anyway, whilst I'm just wandering, let's talk about how I'm feeling. Let's talk a little bit about how my recovery went. So when I did my first marathon, it was really evident to me the day of, when I had finished, that my knees really hurt, my ankles really hurt, and I struggled to walk for a couple of days. Even though I found it all right, it was hard going. It wasn't easy at all, and recovery was slow. This time round, I just feel so good. I feel like I've really got my recovery sorted. And let's have a quick look at this. Ground nesting birds. Okay, special protected area for ground nesting birds. Well, that's very cool. And grazing area. Pictures of goats, cows and pigs. Okay, fair enough. So having finished from a marathon, I went home, dumped a load of Epsom salts into the bath. Don't know if that actually works or not, but I dumped a load of those in. Had my recovery smoothie as I do normally. I don't tend to feel very hungry after a long run anyway, so I just had some kind of veggies and I was just snacking really on salad and hummus and whatnot, so didn't eat a huge amount, but I felt satiated and had some fruit and things, so I was cool with that. But after this marathon, no trouble whatsoever with knees, ankles, just a little bit of tension at the top of the leg, which is to be expected. But Sunday I got up, I was doing a little bit of walking around. I was aware that I'd done the distance in my legs, but it was all right. And oh, this is really cool. Sorry, I'm going to have to keep doing this. Check this out. Yeah, this needs to be run, but I need to spend a bit more time exploring. Anyway, yeah, I've been mobile. I've been doing 10,000 or so steps each day. Just been moving around, making sure that I'm not sitting down too much or lazing about. I've taken ample time to rest up in terms of, when I'm at home, I might just lay down and get the legs elevated and just take it easy. I've not done any running at all, and I won't be doing any running till at least the weekend. I've been really strict with myself about that, and it's been going really well. I feel really good. I'm kind of itching to get back out there and get running again, but I also need to just make sure I take the moment to rest and recover. There is no hurry at all, even though the weather at the moment is beautiful, and it will be typical that when I get running again it'll probably go downhill, but that's not the point. It's just important to take things as you find them, not worry too much about rushing out there. I've got nothing to prove to anybody, nothing to prove to myself, and I would rather be fully rested and recovered so that I can enjoy the next phase I'm running, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. Well, I'm feeling a bit frustrated really. I did not remember these routes just being so amazing. It's like just a zigzag maze of opportunity here, but then equally I was never looking at it from a runner's point of view. I'm now coming with kind of a fresh pair of eyes. I'm looking out into the distance. Just further back there I could have cut out and I would have been further onto the kind of the open plain. There's also a car park nearby, but it's so close to my house I can just run here, and it's about 2k or so, then I can enjoy these trails, which I'm hoping will be maintained year round, but I don't know. It's definitely something to explore in the winter, so I'm just going to head over there now, there, and we'll see what we can find. This is really really cool. So a little bit of sand underfoot, but nothing too deep. And then you've just got these open plains here. Now, I wouldn't necessarily be just trekking across country at this point, but I'm sure there are some routes and trails that lead round here. I've just decided this is going to be my first run out. Okay, so this weekend, assuming all is okay with the weather, I want to come out here and just enjoy this incredible environment that I'm blessed to have found. And yeah, it's just funny how these things come to you, isn't it? I had completely forgotten about it altogether, and I don't even know what reminded me, but I suddenly thought, where was that place I went to walk the dog that time? Oh, I recall, I think I know where it is, and sure enough, here it is. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's next for me. I've got roughly, I think, 9 weeks until the 10k race. Now, I did speak previously about doing a half marathon, which would be the end of September. But the reason why I was doing that was that I was going to meet up with the group that I did my long runs with for my first marathon. We're going to have a bit of a get together and do the half marathon, but I've not had any confirmation they've booked it. It's not necessarily that close to me, it's close to them, and I was just going to hop in for the ride. So I haven't booked that yet because I don't necessarily need to book that just yet anyway. But I have got a 10k which is in my local town, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to have a go at doing that. My current PB for 10k, I think it's 45 minutes 11, which is crazy. I do recall the day that I did that, it was the same day that I set my 5k PB, so the two of them kind of combined together. And I'm not necessarily going to be able to beat the PB, but I'm sure going to give it a proper good go. And what I've decided to do is spend the next 3 weeks just having fun. My plan literally says on it, just have fun. Then after that, I've got about 5 to 6 weeks or so of doing some intervals, some tempos, some easy pace runs. I'm using the same pacing chart that I use to train for a marathon because that worked really well for me, and I might be able to do some part runs as well. But the idea is I'm just be working on speed and endurance to see what I can do, and it's just about having fun, having a good time. I've got no plans right now to book another marathon up or anything like that. I just want to enjoy this next phase. What I've done on my channel as well is all the videos are in playlists. So the next playlist that I'll be creating is called the Speed Series, and that'll be kind of part of documenting my journey there to try and do something in the 10k. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Look at this. Okay, so a lot of these wooden beams here that I'm walking across, they're pretty uneven, so I've just got to bear that in mind when I'm running to just take it easy. I probably wouldn't be wearing sunglasses, to be honest with you, but it's certainly good to do a bit of a recce before you do a run. And now we're coming up to a beautiful bridge. There must be quite an expanse of land here because I keep seeing small symbols saying self-guided trail, so I imagine it's quite lengthy in what you can do. Otherwise it wouldn't really be much of a trail. But we are also backing onto some farms, I think, here, some large houses, and I think from a sign there's a lake just over that way, so the chances are that when I run this, I won't even be able to explore half of what's here, and equally I'll probably cover the distance a lot quicker than I'm walking. So even though I'm going to be here for probably 40 minutes to an hour, to run it, it's going to be much quicker than that. And now we're approaching a car park up here, so well, I've discovered the lake. There were some dogs and their owners splashing around in there, so I didn't take any pictures or grab any footage of that. And some people over there seem to be camping. I don't know how legal that is. They've got a fire going as well in the middle of a forest. Hey, what do I know? So I'm just going to now complete this leap, I think. It's given me some ideas, definitely some ideas. So I will catch up with you this weekend. We'll come back here and hopefully explore some more of this fantastic landscape. I'm amazed, so amazed to have rediscovered it and to then realise its potential. Really quite cool.